Another Amazing Wastieist video in the tradition of the throwaway hamburger. But anyway, yeah, so now he's taking on this night vision phantom guy again, right? And apparently it really is funny. It's really funny watching the, morbidly obese eat the morbidly obese in terms of, joking about each other's fatitude. That's pretty funny watching, grotesque fat tards, insult each other with fat tard jokes, gobbling hamburgers. I mean, that was you can't get better than that. The Amazing Atheist making fun of somebody gobbling a hamburger. But anyway, all right, so the Amazing Atheist says the Second Amendment is his favorite amendment. Yes. So apparently, like a lot of people out there, you're really hot for that well-regulated militia thing, right? I mean, who can resist a well-regulated militia? It's just like, it gives you goosebumps. I mean, come on, the Second Amendment's got to be it's like the stagecoach amendment. I mean, it might as well have the word stagecoach in it, or whatever they called them, pens made out of feathers. I mean, it's archaic crapola, for a circumstance that doesn't exist anymore. A country that didn't have a fucking army. I mean, it's just so friggin' stupid to sit there and glorify that amendment of all amendments. Yes, if you say you're for people having rights to guns, but don't pretend this amendment means anything. And it says right to keep and bear arms. I mean, obviously we have regulated the right to bear these things. I mean, if everybody's walking around with guns in their holster, do you really think society would be a better place? I mean, you're really that stupid? If everybody in the old IBM office had a gun on their hip? Come on. Stupid fucking idiots. So he says he doesn't smoke weed and he's not a vegetarian, and somehow that means he's not a traditional liberal or something. I don't know. That must be on his brain or something. There's a whole bunch of other policy that defines the liberal agenda. But no, a funny one was he said he doesn't know how he feels about affirmative action. So he's okay with private businesses saying no darkies allowed, but he'd give them affirmative action when it comes to, like, I don't know, well, they can't eat, but maybe give them affirmative action when it came to getting first in line at maybe the water fountain. They could get in first in line there, but they'd have to ride in the back of the private bus. But they can get first in line at the public water fountain. All right, to make up for past abuses, we'll let them in first at the water fountain. But they got to ride in the trunk on the bus. I mean, god damn, it's this stupid shit. What a fucking idiot. All right, then his great defense of his moronic audience was that, well, you have to have, we got to give the 10-year-olds some kind of, we got to liberate their philosophizing. We got to give them we got to let them actualize their belief systems or something. Or else we'll have another Columbine. So the Amazing Atheist really is preventing Columbine from happening because he's giving a bunch of 10-year-olds a crazy lunatic hero to follow. A big pie eater. Yeah, that's it. To follow. Anyway, it's just pretty lame. He thinks he really does think his audience has a brain. Yeah, the SKNF types. Yeah, they really, big giant brains they have. How many black men is in prison? Oh, God. Anyway. So the burger eating thing, that was funny. Just changing minds, so nobody can change anybody's minds. Well, he gets 10 PMs a month. Yeah, well, I think we all do. But whatever. I guess that's a, whatever point there. What do you change their minds into? You don't really make a rational argument on any fucking subject. I mean, what? Affirmative action discrimination thing? I don't know. Anyway, so he said he loved the fat guy, the whatever creationist, night vision, loony, salute the flag, pledge allegiance guy, whatever he is. Which is just kind of funny, and it's really apparently it's depth of spirit. That's what this is all about. It's the Amazing Atheist represents a depth of spirit. He has a real deep, meaningful appreciation for humanity, and but he has to be enemies with the guy. So that's what you do when you have a depth of spirit. But yeah, I think the enemy thing makes sense. I have to be the amazing atheist enemy, yes, because he's a disgrace to atheism, just a complete insult to atheism. Yeah, I don't think he has any humanity. He is an idiot and a fucking bastard. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think he's probably might be borderline criminal. But whatever. I just wish there was some way, to have the game, to have the war, like a Risk board game or something. Like you could just say, I'm going to take your submarines and your tanks and stuff, and you just have this, this winner take all kind of war, or something, because it'd be some kind of way to fight the battle anyway, because it really is disgraceful. So anyway, that's all. I guess that's about it for that one. But I have noticed, my views are way down. So I think there is this kind of like this indexing thing really does have some meaning. That videos are not being fairly represented in the indexing on keywords. And it really is ludicrous for me to have to put my own name in the tags of my videos. I mean, that's really demonstrating. There's really no excuse for it, right? I think everybody should be able to agree with any naggy statements from you assholes, that YouTube should be indexing, based on what what the words are. They shouldn't be perverting the index and taking people in and taking people out. If somebody's lying and fucking with the keywords, yeah, well then you suspend their fucking account, but you don't sit there and blow up the whole index to play some stupid game. This place really is about the index, isn't it? If you're not even fairly indexed or if your content isn't made fairly available, you don't exist. That's just a fact of life. So it's sort of important, and it's sort of scary that a company owned by Google isn't doing it fairly, right? That is a little worrisome, isn't it? You have to be an idiot not to concede at least that point. Even if you have, corporate dick all the way up to your brain, it's so far up your ass, you really got to find that a little worrisome when an indexing company is fucking with indexing, but whatever. Fuck y'all. Not all of you, 2 or 3 of you are worth something. So don't take offense. God, people are just such a pain in the ass. So anyway, sorry, this video was at least 2 minutes longer than it needed to be. At least 2 minutes too long.